Good evening and welcome. It's so nice to see so many of you here tonight. When Tom called me and asked me if I would serve as Master of Ceremonies tonight, I said I would be delighted. It would be a pleasure. And I started to think about our years in college, and I started to think about the 60s in general, and coincidentally, my granddaughter called to ask about the 60s. She's 17, and they were talking about the 60s in her history class. And she said, I heard the 60s were very weird, with hippies and drugs and LSD. I said, yes, the 60s were very weird, but they were also very wonderful. I said, John F. Kennedy, a Massachusetts native son, was elected president. Martin Luther King Jr. and the Civil Rights Movement was powerful and was awakening America. The feminist movement was in full swing. And on a lighter note, the rock and roll music was great. It was fun, it was upbeat, it was happy. I said the 60s was a great time to be in college. But then I said it was also a terrible time. There were assassinations. There were riots. We had Americans walking on the moon at the same time we had Americans dying in Vietnam, a place at that time we had never even heard of. Where the hell is Vietnam? And I think the 60s is best summed up by the first sentence in Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was a time of wisdom. It was a time of foolishness. And yes, there was foolishness aplenty. You're probably familiar with the quote that says, if you remember the 60s, then you weren't there. Well, we were there, and we do remember the 60s, and we remember them because we did the right thing. We became teachers and counselors and administrators. And we helped make the schools in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts the best schools in the nation. And that legacy continues today. And that's something we can be very proud of. Yes, the Boston State College class of 1966 was strong and creative and innovative. And that strength and vitality is still evident here tonight. The Boston State College, we were great then. We're a great class now. Boston State College, class of 1966. Here's to us. Yay! Okay, I would like to acknowledge that this, actually, please join me for a moment of silence for the deceased members of our class. Thank you. I would like to acknowledge at this time the members of our 50th Reunion Committee. And if they'd please stand up, Tom Feenan, Mike Hart, Sally Burns DeZino, Janet D'Angelo Andrews, Kevin Oliver, and Jeannie Colleran Kelly. I would also like to thank two of our esteemed State College professors for being here. Professor of History, John Moon, and Professor Emerita of Human Performance and Fitness, Edith D'Angelis. Thank you very much.